Um, Today we're going to try and solve what looks like a very unpleasant problem. I always like it when math does the magic, but sometimes we have to do the work. In this particular case, we've got a division of two rational expressions that look complicated. So the first thing I like to do is get rid of that division by inverting and multiplying the denominator. And that's what I've done here. The next thing I want to do is factor each one of these expressions. And we'll start by factoring this one to give you an example of how I do it. And then I'm going to show you how all the rest of them are factored without going through them, so that we don't take up too much time. So let's start with this one. We have 3x squared minus 7x plus 6. All of these factorings are going to be by the grouping method. And the grouping method means that we want to find two numbers, a and b, such that a plus b equals something and a times b equals something. In this case, a times b needs to equal 18, minus 18 to be exact. 3 times 6. A plus b needs to equal this coefficient, which is minus 7. Now many of you will automatically see that this means that we need the factors of 18, their sum to be minus 7. And it's easy to see two of those factors that do that, 2 and minus 9. They multiply to be minus 18, and they add to be minus 7. When we do that, we replace this 7x with minus 9x plus 2x. This is called the grouping method, and it allows us to then take out 3x from both of these terms, leaving x minus 3, and 2 out of both of these, leaving x minus 3 over here. When we take the common factor out of both of those terms, we end up with 3 plus 2, common factor of x minus 3. And so we factored this particular element of our problem. Now I'm going to remove all this paper to let you see the factors for the other terms. We won't have to go through them all, but you'll see they're done the same way with grouping. I've pointed out the A and B issue, and all of them are factored. And I replaced those factors in this equation. So these factors went right into here, and these factors came right up here for that one. These factors came here, right here actually, and these factors came there. So I've got everything in place, and now all I need to do is do the fun part, and that is cancel. There's that factor that's the same. I have this factor that's the same. And I have this factor that's the same. And I'm left with 3x plus 2 over x plus 2.